This is a general introduction to Think Design. First of all, let's have a look at the commands of the drawing environment. For instance, we can disable the representation space of the sheet box representation, by going to Document Properties in Drawing and disabling it. Now let's see how we can customize the GUI profile, the Graphical User Interface profile, that is the toolbar position and which toolbars are active. By selecting different GUI profiles, we just get a different arrangement of the toolbars as well as different activations. Starting from one of these, we can create a new GUI profile that we call New TD. First of all, let's change the arrangement of the toolbars for this new GUI profile. We can place the toolbars either in the graphics area environment or allocate them to the left or in the top area. If now we activate the other profiles, we notice that the arrangement actually changes depending on what we are selecting. As for toolbars, on the other hand, we notice we can activate or deactivate toolbars simply by going to this pane. In addition, we can go and create a new empty toolbar, originally empty. We assign to it a name, OK. Then we are going to insert new buttons in this toolbar. New buttons by going to the command list and dragging the desired buttons. OK, we gradually can insert further buttons. If we have a look at the toolbar list, this toolbar is managed exactly as the other base toolbars. In other terms, we can activate it and deactivate it simply by this flag. Another way to create a new toolbar is by dragging a button outside. A new toolbar is immediately created by that button, and also in this case, we obviously can rename it by the name we prefer. OK. Other subjects. We can go and insert further buttons from the command list, or insert a new button, let's say neutral, empty. In this button, we can change its look and we can enter some contents, such as a customized procedure or a command we require. Let's see now the status bar. The status bar in the lower right area is different for the drawing environment and for the model environment. We can select the different items we want to be visible in the bottom right area. The same in the model environment. We can choose what we want to see, for instance colors, materials, line type or other information which is useful to us. Now, let's see in the model environment some buttons, such as the one we are going to view in a minute. For instance, by the mouse right button, we can view the different commands in groups, which are buttons grouped in a unique superior button. Then, in the button of the toolbar, obviously, the last selection carried out is the one keeping current. Let's go back to the drawing environment. We are going to view, for instance, the endpoint, the two-point line command. First of all, we notice that the context menu changes according to what is selected. OK. For instance, here is the context menu where we click on an empty graphics area with no item selected. By Customize, we can modify it by inserting a button, and now we just see that by the mouse right button in an empty area, this button is displayed, while if we select the line, is not displayed. Let's customize again our context menu. By the mouse right button delete, we can remove the button again. Let's now change the context menu being displayed when clicking on the line by inserting here as well, for instance, a polyline button. By clicking with the selected line, it just shows the new context menu with this modification. We are going to change this one as well. We can remove a button even by dragging it outside the context menu. Now, let's see the keyboard map. This is the list of all the commands assigned by default by the program. Switching, for instance, to another category, such as File, for the file management, we can see that some keyboard keys are assigned, but others are not, okay? Such as in File, or in Windows, we always have some commands which are assigned. Let's see in Customize how we can customize these choices of buttons, that is, these shortcuts. Just to show an example, we choose to assign to a key the command tile horizontally. We need to assign a value to it, so it's displayed in the keyboard map. OK. Now we close both the draw wheel and the model environment without saving any file.